Have you ever had the situation that you bought something without any logic, without thinking? You just bought it because it was some emotion going on, or at the end of the day you realized, wow, what did I spend money on? Does it ever happen to you? Of course, you are not alone in this situation. It's happening pretty much to everybody, like impulsive decisions or like decisions that are not following any logic, but they are just following maybe emotions or like pressure as well. Today let's take a closer look at the emotional and behavioral factors that influence our spending habits, including impulse buying and lifestyle inflation. Stay up until the end of the video, where I will be giving some tips that you might apply. Why is it important to control what do you do with your money? Because it's your money, right? Nobody has the right saying to you that what you should do. Pretty much it helps you, because if you want to be investing your money, you have to be organized, you have to be disciplined, and in order to be disciplined and organized, you have to have some rules that you are following. At least that's how it works for myself. So let's just jump into it, and if you will like it, don't forget to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it a lot. With that being said, let's start. At the beginning, I want to mention that one of the things that I had when I was starting, that I knew so many people, or kind of like my friends or the people that I was surrounding myself, it was just like some of them were saying, don't do it, it doesn't matter how much you make, how much you spend, you have to enjoy. Life is meant to be lived, you have to travel. That's the big deal, in Europe, that people want to travel. So there are some people saying that go to travel, don't worry about anything else, But I was always like, how am I gonna buy this and this and this if I'm gonna be following them? I don't want to end up like their life, like they pretty much didn't accomplish anything. So make sure you stop listening to random people when it comes to money. Like I always have this rule when it comes to money. If there is a person more successful in that field as I am, I'm gonna take advice from that person. Like I might do some research on it and so on, but I'm gonna take that, when there is a person, never made penny or never invest anything, or, it's just regular person, there is nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not gonna take lessons from them. I'm pretty sure, that kind of people that you don't even ask them for help, but they are willing and they are, giving to you their ideas, or why you shouldn't go to work, why you shouldn't go abroad, why you shouldn't go to school, why you shouldn't invest, and so on. So let's start with the first one, which is impulse buying, which means that you buy something without any logic, you don't do any research, you just buy it. Very common that there is a salesperson trying to sell you something, and that person is closing you right now at the spot. So marketers are actually designing their, whole strategy that they wanna kinda make it emotional for the potential buyers, so that way they would do a decision like this without any logic. What I like to do in this situation, there is 24 hours rule that I did to learn from the Nate O'Brien. The rule that I use in this situation is easiest. If you have a budget, then you know what you can afford, what you can lose. But more, what I like to do, it's 24 hours rule. Let's say I like car or phone or apartment that I want to buy. I want to buy it immediately, but you should do 24 hours at least some research on it. Or the thing is that don't do that decision until 24 hours will be over. So that might help you to give you more knowledge, more info, or some fresh info for your brain, because sometimes I feel you got to focus on one thing, and once you want to buy something and you just think about how cool it is, you don't think about upsides, downsides, and so on. So that's why it's 24 hours. But it's just kind of example that you can do. I always know some girls, when they go to shopping and they come home and wow, this is what I spent. What helps in this scenario, make a list what you want to buy. That way you will not buy something that you don't need, right? Because sometimes, especially in the supermarkets, it's designed for you that to buy the most at the shortest period of time. That's how supermarkets are designed. So everything is think through in that. So that's kind of purpose of the video. It's not not to spend anything, but pretty much just to be aware where are you spending, what are you making, what's your plan, and I think it's good stepping stone. So the second is lifestyle inflation. What it is, pretty much with the years you are getting older, and if you are making more money, it's normal that you are spending more and more money with the time because you are making more money, so you want to improve your quality of life. So that's why sometimes you get to meet a lawyer or a doctor that is like one of the highest tax bracket, but is not able to save up money or pay out the debt, because that person is making heck a lot of money, but on the other hand is spending a lot of money. And sometimes it doesn't matter how much you make if you don't have like discipline, and if you don't have like some budget set up for your family or just for you. But if you make, let's say, 20% more, I would be okay to spend maybe 5 up to 8% more of my yearly income on my needs, you know. But I never would do that if my income grows 30% after 5 years, I would not be spending, you know, like 30% more as well, because that difference I want to invest. So that's the easiest way how to build wealth, that you are focusing on your job or on your business, and then once you are making good money and you are able to live below your means, then there is some difference, and at the end of the month that you can invest or do whatever you want. Very important that I feel it's getting more and more common is emotional spending. Sometimes people, when they are feeling happy or on the other hand feeling sad, they are using that feeling for buying like opportunity, you know. There is person, when that person is sad, is gonna buy something nice, like let's say clothes. Short term they will feel happy, but at the end of the day, if they are sad for some serious reason, they will end up sad, you know. So it's not gonna cure their, you know, feelings. Like to overcome something like this, whether it's the side that you are happy and you are buying something, which doesn't happen usually. I feel more it's like when you are feeling bad, you are buying something to feel better. In this kind of situation, you have to get discipline. I mean, you have to get like mentally tough, I feel so, because once you are mentally tough, like very good example is like soldier, that I'm pretty sure you know at least some person that was in the army, that people are very emotionally tough and mentally tough. So it means that whether they are happy or sad, they are able to do the same things, you know. And that's the same with the salespeople, like the top producers, at least that I know, that it's not because they are, you know, 100% smarter than other people that they are making good money. It's more because that they are able to do the same work on the same level for very, you know, consistent period of time. And that's where the growth comes from. I think that I never had that kind of emotional spending that I'm sure of. Maybe I have, but I had something similar, that I want to work like 80 up to 90 hours a week, which is hard, you know. So how are you gonna do it if you are used to 40 hours a week? The easiest way for me, it was start to running, because like I don't like running. I think it's very hard, especially when you are like running 10 or 20 miles or even more. That gives you like kind of toughness, because it's very hard for you. And if you do it on a regular basis, that's where the growth comes from. So that's one of the friend of mine that was on the top of the salespeople in the company told me, you have to get mentally tough, because it's not just about the knowledge that people think that they are best salespeople, they are smarter, or probably in most of the scenario they are smarter than average, but they are working a lot and they had good systems and so on. So it's the same with when you are buying something, at least I feel so. And the last one is mindful spending, which means that once you're already like doing decisions about the money or your finance, does it make sense? What's your goal? Do you really want to live without any purpose, that okay, whatever I have, I'm gonna spend that money for like vacation, car? Does it really make sense? Like this is for me that I would never understand that kind of people that are able to blow up all that stuff. They just wanna feel good and they don't care about anything else. On the other hand, I was always like, well, I want a family, I want to, you know, build something for them. I don't want that they will work so much as I do. So it kind of gives me purpose. But that's just my opinion, so, you know, it is what it is. But have in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, so today it's just kind of tips, you know, from me, why it's important to maybe create your budget for, you know, like kind of Excel spreadsheet and so on. Because to be honest, like most of the millionaires that I know, which is just a couple, like all of them knew or know very well how much they are making, how much they are spending, what's their goal, and they were starting pretty much from zero. Like none of them that I know inherited anything. So it's definitely doable, it takes time, and once you know your numbers, you are already thinking about that, you know, but I cannot spend that much because my budget is this and this. So that's what I like to do always. So I hope guys you found something beneficial today. Don't forget to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Until next time.